Hello and welcome to my keto kitchen. I'm Victoria and today we're going to make a keto caramel cake. Now I know a lot of you might want to say caramel, say it however you like it. I'm from the South, so I'm going to say a keto caramel cake. I am super excited. I want to make this more of a sheet cake type of style or a 9x13 and then cut it up into slices. There's a lady in our church, she is famous for her caramel cake. It is absolutely amazing. If mine could even touch the hem of the garment to what hers is, this should go viral. It would be absolutely unspeakably delicious. So we're gonna try it out. The first thing that we have to do is make the actual cake. So I wanna make a light, fluffy vanilla cake base. And then we will make the caramel icing, and I'm so excited to see how this icing turns out. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is get 3 cups of Victoria's Keto flour. Now this is 246 grams. I will link the video to Victoria's Keto flour right there. This is what we're gonna start with. Now, to this is pretty specific. Right here, I have the keto sweetener that I'm using. Use whatever you like. Use 1 1/4 cups of whatever it is that you like. What I'm using is 1 cup of something called Natural Mate. I will link it in the description box below. It is erythritol and stevia with natural flavors. The thing I really like about it is it says that it's 2 times sweeter than sugar. Now, too much erythritol can cause a baked good to get hard. Erythritol will recrystallize and it will make your baked goods hard. If you use all like Lacanta or Truvia to make a cookie and you don't add allulose or xylitol to that mixture, then you're gonna get Chips Ahoy hard, crispy cookie. But I have right here 1 cup of the Natural Mate sweetener, which I'm going to link in the description box below, but I added to it 1/4 cup of xylitol. Now, a lot of you guys don't like xylitol. Remember, it's not good for pets. It could actually kill them. That's what I've read. Haven't had that issue in my house, but I keep all my foods locked up. But you can also use 1/4 cup of allulose. That's totally fine. Use the allulose. I am using allulose in the recipe for the caramel, so I'm not going to use it inside the cake. I'm going to use xylitol. I'm going to add that to the flour. Next, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and I'm going to hand mix this. Okay, now I'm going to pour this all into my mixing bowl. Next, I am going to add 1 1/2 sticks of softened butter. This butter should be at room temperature. Yeah, it's at room temperature. I'm going to put this in here with the flour. And I am actually going to mix the butter in with the flour. Ooh, I was supposed to lock it, wrong side. Okay. Now I'm going to beat this in with the flour, just the butter that's at room temperature. Okay, perfect. We've got the butter beat really well into the flour. You're going to see a few little chunks, that's fine, like this, just little bitty chunks. Make sure that's like the biggest that you have. Just keep blending, but definitely the butter needs to be at room temperature. So now we're going to add all of our liquid ingredients at the same time. I have 3 eggs. I have 1 1/2 cups of Victoria's Keto milk, and I will link that right here. I have 1/4 cup of avocado oil. And lastly, I have 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Now we're going to mix this up. Beautiful. We have a beautiful cake batter right here. Okay. Now, I'm going to pour the cake batter into a 9x13. So that's what I'm doing next. And actually, I do want to taste the batter. I'm interested in what the batter tastes like. Oh, good. Good. Perfect sweetness. I can taste the vanilla just right. Good. If you ever taste your batter and you're like, nah, maybe it'll bake and taste better. That don't always happen. This is good. This is good. I am very happy with the way the batter tastes. I'm going to put this into my oven at 350 degrees. I'm going to set the oven for 35 minutes. Now I'll let you know if we need more time, okay? I doubt it's going to be less, but I'll let you know if we need more time. So let's get started on the icing. Okay, so let's make the caramel icing. I'm really excited about this. So we need, I believe, 5 ingredients. So we need 1 stick of butter, and this 1 stick of butter we're gonna put in a skillet. Now my skillet is off right now. I just wanna put everything in it before I turn it on. To the butter, I need to add 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 1/2 cup of Victoria's Keto milk. So I mix the two because we need a thicker consistency milk. So again, we have 1/2 Victoria's Keto milk and then 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. And that I'm gonna pour into this skillet on top of the butter. And I am going to turn it on medium. I'm gonna let this heat first. I wanna get the butter melted. I don't wanna get it to boil. I just wanna get the butter melted before I pour the allulose in it. Now, I have a small skillet right here. To this small skillet, I need to add 1/2 cup of allulose. I need to melt this allulose, and wow, that happened just about immediately. Oh my goodness, this is melting immediately. Now, I'm melting this down, and I want to turn it a little bit brown because I want to get a good caramel color for this icing. It has already melted down. Oh my goodness. I did not realize if you turn your skillet on before you put the allulose, look at that. How many seconds has, oh goodness, I spilled it. Look at that. It's already melted. All right. So that was easy. I thought the allulose was going to take me a while, but nope, it's completely melted clear now. All right, I'm going to let that sit. Now this is on 3, but it's moving, so I'm going to turn it down to 2. I'm going to turn the stovetop off. It is starting to turn a very light brown or a golden yellow, and I do not want to burn it. This is a very nice caramely brown color, so I am going to move it off the heat. Okay, so I have got the butter and the milk hot, and the butter's completely melted in. So now I have to add 2.5 cups of allulose to this milk and butter mixture. I have my heat set on 6, which is just a little bit above medium, and I want to get this to a boil. This has not started boiling yet, so I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We are almost there. I'm just waiting for a boil. Okay, so we are starting to boil. So now I am going to take this allulose that is melted. I'm going to pour it. This is so much like sugar. I'm gonna pour it into the boiling mixture. Wow, that is so much like hardened candy. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful color. Look at that. Look how beautiful. Wow. All right. So from here, I want this to boil for about 5 minutes. So we have boiled this for 5 minutes. Now, this is kind of the tricky part. I need to put the boiled mixture into my pot that I am going to stir. So I need to put this on low and stir it as it's cooling. And it is super hot. So I can imagine this might take a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna turn it on low and I'm just gonna mix it. Oh my goodness, I have done so much since the last clip that you just saw. So when I left you, I told you to put this on low and mix it. I mixed it for 30 minutes and it stayed looking like liquid caramel. So I put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour, took it out and mixed it again, and it started to look more like a frosting, but it wasn't perfect. I stuck it back in the fridge for another hour, took it out, and this is what I have. So what I'm going to do is put my mixer attachment on again. I'm going to mix this on high for about 10 seconds, get it to a whipped frosting, then we're gonna frosting the cake because by now the cake is 100% cooled. Okay, here we go, a beautiful vanilla sheet cake. There we go, sit it right there. Now, let's spread, let me give you guys a better shot at this. Let's get the icing on it. I want to be careful that I don't overdo it. Look how smooth. Oh my goodness. It's a little bit. Okay, I am actually shocked that it actually turned out this well. I had so many doubts that it was actually going to turn out really good, but I'm so excited to try it. So let's cut into this. Okay, so I showed you guys me cutting into this. I have not tasted it yet. I am so anxious. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it feels very moist. I would buy that. I would buy a piece of this. Wow. Okay. Praise the Lord. It passed my expectations. I was so anxious about this one. Yeah. Oh yeah. That is really good. It's really good. Caramel, icing, things that really depend on sugar are so hard in the keto world. Spot on. I mean, the cake is soft. It is moist. It's just, I could taste a little bit of the vanilla. And to have that caramel, I taste the caramel in the icing. I have been so anxious. I've been working on this, wow, for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. Don't give up on the icing. Don't give up on the frosting. It's a process. Beat it for 30 minutes, get it to cool down, put it in your refrigerator for an hour, beat it again, put it back in your refrigerator for another hour, take it out, beat it, and it should look just like this. Now remember, you have to use allulose. There is no other option that I'm aware of that you can follow my exact process and get this result, okay? Do not try an erythritol-based sweetener. It will not work. It will not work. Yes. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make it. If you make it, take a picture, maybe go over to my Facebook, post it there. Tell us what you think. If you enjoyed this, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. And you all have a blessed day.